Mirage. We will soon see who has what. No P250s just yet. Zipex and Glaive will be the utility men, whereas the remainder will be on Kevlar. Pure USPs for Mousesports. Deco with a diffuse kit and a smoke grenade. He was up on the stage earlier with Parler & Co, but now he's on the server.
Okay, well, Astralis looking to go straight into connector here, and Mousesports have players deep on the pit position, and they're about to get pincered. This would be very dangerous. That's the bomb, though, and they can retreat behind it. That's perfect. It's the only way out of the situation was to land that quick shot from Rops, but here they come. The rest of Astralis, and they are furious. They will pick up the bomb again, and despite Chris J picking up a frag in middle, it's still going to be some work yet to stop this bomb from going down. But Oscar is pushing forwards here, ahead of his teammates. He does have one behind him, that is Deco, but they are getting savaged here on this A bomb site.
Chris J 1 versus 3 was busy clearing the top mid position, checking for any lurker, maybe for a short plant, but more common on a full buy round, maybe not the pistol. Got a 1 versus 1, and now he is in a 1 versus 2, continually getting tagged, and surely Device will finish him off. He does, and there is the pistol round for Astralis, starting on the right foot. Now, will Mousesports choose to go for a force buy in the second round? It has become common for some teams, such as Astralis, on Inferno, but will it be something that moves towards the Mirage? Well, there will be some money spent. Sunny's gone down to, well, he spent $700, which is more than you might expect, so we'll see what Mousesports choose to do in the next round, assuming they lose this one.
Classic window smoke coming into play there for Astralis, denying any vision and any ability to get those quick deagle shots off. When you're playing around like this, from Astralis' point of view, you want to make sure that you think to yourselves, okay, what is the one thing that will allow a team in such a disadvantage as Mousesports are in now to win the round? You know, what does that look like? Typically, that looks like, you know, giving a deagle a chance to, you know, get a quick peek from a window or something similar to that. So they're moving as a unit. They shut down all the choke points. There's no way really for Mousesports to get any cheeky shots off. You can see they're moving and trading together here through the short position. They've isolated where the remainder of the Mousesports players will be, rotating from the A bomb site, and they are looking fantastic, Astralis. I mean, this was just beautifully clean.
1 SMG on Zipex. Again, as we mentioned yesterday, Mousesports have a question. Do they want to run into the SMG? Not particularly, but Magisk will be a safer bet to engage. But here is Zipex making the extra money. Team kill as well, but that won't be too worrisome. He will swap out the SMG. So he gets the exploits the kill bonus of the SMG over the rifles, and it is 2-0 now. So it is essentially 2 ecos from Mousesports. I did wonder, after spending $700, to me that's a lot to spend in that round if you're going to buy in this one. And as we can see, Rops has had a bigger investment, so I don't know. It's such a light investment in the second round. Is it worth just going for a force buy if you're going to spend money in this round as well? Because Deco's bought a deagle, Rops spent $1,100, so I feel like they could have had a much stronger force buy in round 2 instead of just buying like $700 here and then buying $700 in this round as well. But I mean, the focus may be just to frag the odd person, take some money away from Astralis. But I feel like you could, I mean, if you have some kind of strat to try and win a round with a force buy in the second round. I don't know what you think about that.
I think, you know, in Mousesports' position, I think with how good Astralis are playing on their anti-ecos and force buys, again, typically the team that is by far the most consistent in those kinds of rounds, it's very difficult to get really that much of, you know, value at all from those spots, and I do like that they're going to have AWP here on Oscar. They've got pretty much everything they want when they're going into this fourth round. So I'm happy with this. I think you need to have the full strength going ahead against Astralis' T side, and they're going to go with a very fast play into the B bomb side here. Chris J will defend against the first one, but he's now alone as his teammates have been taken down. He needs to buy time for the rotation as he sits there with his AUG, trying to make sure that he doesn't die. That's more important. So he will fall back. Oscar, with a look in there from the door, picks off one as well. So this is not going too badly here for Mousesports, but they still need to retake the site.
Molotov stops the default plant. The short plant will be fine as well because Chris J's Molotov off for the time being, but it's okay. There's been a delay for some reason, and that's going to give Chris J maybe a round-winning play. Dupree moving, watching around the smoke. 1 versus 4, now 3. He's got a lot of work to do. Now he's got 2 more to find, both in the same position. They're lining up for a base for a double peek, but they're completely exposed. 1 player blind. Rops, though, will save the day, but it was made very expensive in that first round win for Mousesports, so they are vulnerable now.
Yeah, that went from a terrible round for Astralis, a team that did select, I think, a very good choice to go for that B rush. I think that was a smart play. Chris J handled it really well. He played the delay. He picked up the damage he could without falling. Oscar, got a look in as well, which was strong. But then dupreeh, to be able to just remove all of their weapons like that, that's actually put Astralis in a great spot because they can reset them really hard if they are able to take this round.
We didn't see what stopped Glaive planting the bomb in the first place, but I did wonder if he would go towards default after he cancelled it. But of course, he'd have to go past the window angle anyway. We've got Magisk in the B bomb site. He'll get taken down by Stiko, who repositions. He spots the shadow of Glaive. Can't quite get the kill just yet. Going for the pre-fire. There's 25 bullets, 2 kills. That's good enough for him. 4 versus 2 now. Oscar moves around the pillars, spots dupreeh. Doesn't last long, dupreeh. Leaving Device at top mid, wondering what has happened to his teammates. What has become of this round? Again, they did good damage in the round prior, but it doesn't look so good for Astralis in this particular round. 4 players survive for Mousesports, very key for them, and it's Eco Town for Astralis.
Now it's really interesting. You have to always look at what Astralis are doing and understand that there's a lot of thought going into it. And the fact that we've seen a couple B rushes, obviously playing a really fast contact-based play, or even a running set piece as they were in the opening gun versus gun round, Astralis, that can be really effective against a CT first buy on the 4th round as we saw it, but it didn't work out. And maybe they also suspect that there is weakness on that B bomb site to be exploited as well. And if that was the case, Mousesports shut it down.
Yes, it is early for Astralis, so there is also the argument to just see how Mousesports react to certain things and then try to play on that later on. But for now, they'll be on the pistols. A question of damage for Astralis. Ooh, that's not nice. Crimson everywhere. Someone's going to need to wipe those walls down. 4 pistols remain, moving towards the A bomb site. No SMGs to make the extra money. Patient shots from P250 from dupreeh. You have to respect the P250 and it will reward you most of the time. Sometimes if you're too far away, it might not.
This is a little bit scary though. More damage done by the pistols. They're getting close, closing this distance. Speaking of which, Oscar will use that AWP at range to do some damage. But Glaive's picked up an AK-47. He's not got any utility or Kevlar. Oscar will take him down. But you have to say that despite winning these rounds, Mousesports, they are in positions where they could be losing a little bit less. And perhaps that's credit to Astralis and how good they are individually. But at the same time, it has made for a position for Mousesports where their economy is still quite fragile.
Initial grenades from both sides. One lurker towards A, so it's not necessarily clear where Astralis aim to end up. Chris J making a play through the underpass. Not the first time we've seen this week from Mousesports. So aggressive. This is like, NIP were doing this for a time when Threat was in the back, when they were trying to be more aggressive. They would do like a split of the B apps on the CT side, and that's basically what Mousesports have done here with the aggression from Oscar, and it's paid off. But they have lost a player in Rops, and now you may question what they have lost while they have tried to gain inroads here. Sunny, always a problem on Mirage, and Chris J continues 4th. And now 2 Astralis players remain. So Mousesports at the 3-3 scoreline are taking the game to Astralis, and they're winning the 1 versus 1s for the most part, and that will put them in the lead 4-3 over Astralis.
And these kinds of aggressions that we just saw from Chris J, and as James sort of elaborated upon, they're really strong when you're playing against a team that's running a default, because defaults typically will, by nature, isolate your own T-side players on the extremities of the map. So that means that Chris J can have a spot there where he doesn't necessarily have to worry about one more player. So you can get that 1v1 and perhaps get a backstab as well. So they picked a good round for that aggression, and they reaped the rewards.
That was meaty. That was very chunky indeed. Astralis, of course, looking to have some impact. Might not be about planting the bomb. There's arguably more value in getting 1 frag. That will cost about $5,000 to Mousesports.
We've seen a very fast pace in this game so far. Like, each of the rounds is going by quite quickly. We have the rushes and just generally the aggressions from both sides. That's a beautiful way to start this series. I'm happy about that.
It seems Mousesports do not want to allow Astralis to play their own game, and I think that's a great... To a team who will make minimal mistakes. Stop them from having the comfort to have the freedom of the T side to do what they want, to offer the half-truths and the lies. Double peek coming in from the window. Mousesports being as efficient as possible. Now Device remains trying to give himself the best chance for 1 versus 1, looking towards stairs for a peek there. Last spotted on a ramp. However, he does not have the bomb. They can clearly see it top mid. So they don't need to take the strongest angles in the world. And once again, Mousesports will survive with 4 players. The money is not spectacular just yet. It's still early on in this first map of this best of 3 series. And now we see the AWP for Astralis.
I've been enjoying the fact that Chris Chase is repping the org really effectively so far, making it look very nice indeed. But as you say, that AWP enhancer device, again, Device, such a studied AWPer, studied in the tendencies of his opponents, will be looking to try to secure an opening kill for his team. And they will go for a mid-take here with all the smokes. You can see Chris Chase very wary of this. A lot of CTs will try to push that smoke, jump on the fence, but you've got to be really cautious because the Ts will be quite aware of that. And a quick boost into the window, which will be missed by Mousesports, and this could be a good backstab. Sunny, though, he turns around, is actually suspecting that that could be a possibility, and he's actually completely correct. Chris J now going forward as well, trying to find more players in mid, as Astralis are down 4 against 5.
Surely he's been heard by Device, who is standing behind that smoke. Maybe Glaive will have to peek with him. Device avoiding the flashbang, as you can see there, and Chris J holding an off angle. Probably, if Device peeks into this position without the flashbang, he'll probably be looking above. As I say that, Chris J starts to move up the ladder. Device lined up, 50 seconds remain. Chris J may have heard footsteps on the catwalk. 3 of the players are towards B. Glaive is here, so is Device walking through, and they've both been taken out. 2 players remain now for Astralis, carrying the bomb towards the B bomb site. Now Zipex is alone. Again, such minimal success for Astralis, round after round. You don't often see this. And once more, Mousesports survive with 4 players. They're having a great time on Mirage.
Yeah, this is really cool. Again, we said they had to bring their A game to match up against Astralis here. Astralis went for some risky calls. They wanted to get momentum straight away. They wanted to crush that CT side and prevent the money from getting out of hand. But Mousesports, they've been fighting fire with fire, and it's worked out for them. And that's really encouraging. Oscar's having a good game. Chris J, most notably, also having a good game. But here come the Eagles once again for Astralis, looking to get some headshots, looking to get the damage, and to keep that economy modest for Mousesports. But feels like that will be difficult. They have some grenades here, so this is perhaps going to be a light set piece onto the A site to allow the Deagles to get into position. Sounds
Seems good. Astralis' eyes are towards the A bomb site. A 4th player rotating in with these pistols. The buy between the buys, as Mousesports have won 6 rounds in a row, so Astralis will get 3,400 or 42 if they plant the bomb. Every round they lose at present. Dupree moving away from the B-bomb site now. The grenades start to stream in, but Mousesports are playing maximum range to limit their risk. We see Robs playing support for Oscar. He was in a position where we saw Get Right have some nice plays in the ECS season. And now he's hiding behind triple. 50 seconds, plenty of time. Questions asked around the smoke towards Sandwich. And it leaves Dupree to try and at least get 1 kill out of this. The investment from Astralis is irrelevant because they're at max loss bonus. But of course, there is still time to recover. And any impact they can do is very key, very important. A long and drawn-out round, 6 HP for Dupree. I don't think he'll be lasting much longer.
So Astralis actually missed a smoke. They missed their stairs smoke, which I don't think I've seen before, went into Sandwich. And another detail that I thought was cool, as Dupree is soon to die here, is the fact they're not going to give him a plant, they'll pop out Palace. So a cool detail I saw is that they pushed Device in front of the CT pit smoke. And it looks like Device is running through a smoke and dying, but obviously, again, everything Astralis are doing will be for a reason. And I think that is to encourage Mousesports not to suspect that they're actually going to go for a quick set piece, and to maybe also find someone with the element of surprise. So cool little detail there from Astralis.
All right then, 7 rounds in a row now for Mousesports. The AWP didn't do the job. Maybe the Kriegwell, that's the next scope for Device. So 2 players moving through mid for Astralis. Nobody in the underpass at the moment. Device is still top mid, holding angles. But the bomb is towards A, with a second lurker in Magisk and Palace. And again, when you see 2 lurkers towards A early, it's almost definitely an A round or A intentions, but This is not a normal lineup from Zipex.
Is that window?
Are we seeing a variation of something towards B? No, it's a short smoke. That's allowing Device to move through with the scope. Maybe post-plant with the bomb, but the bomb has to get planted first. And Mousesports have superior position. 3 players remain for Astralis. Magic's boy smoked off in the Palace. Device has been spotted. He's pretty low. And now Magic remains. And again, it's minimal success. He'll get 2 frags out of this round. How much more can he do? He does have 1 minute on the clock. And 2 of these players don't have great health.
It's tough. The bomb is not with him as well. That's a beautiful nade. A 1 versus 2 now. Suddenly feels a lot more doable, but he has to get the bomb. And as James mentioned, he has time to actually rotate back to B or into mid or anywhere really that he chooses to. So lots of options here for Magisk. Oh, he's turning just at the wrong moment. Oscar's going to find him. Good timing from him. Oscar now 13 for 5. He's having a good start on Mirage. And 8 rounds in a row from Mousesports, and we'll get a tactical timeout from Astralis to figure out what the hell they should do next and what's going wrong perhaps, because they are not finding any luck at all. And this is very comfortable right now for Mousesports. I like how we're seeing Mousesports really waking up into the best of 3.
Let's not forget, as far as I know, Mousesports are still a team which have Snacks on the bench as number 6. But I think most people would be surprised if this roster changed in the near future. 8 rounds in a row against Astralis. Success seems distant, seems far away. The pages of the success may be written in hieroglyphics. They were so long ago. Here we go, 5 AK-47s for Astralis. The utility is limited, but I'm sure they've got the brains to deal with these shortcomings. We've got 1 CT moving up the mid position. That's Oscar. By the connector doors is entrance rather is Chris J with the AUG, and Stiko's just keeping an eye on things, maybe looking to time the HE after the molly. Spots 2 players of the 3 remaining, and his job is to create some space. That's what the smoke is for. Allows his teammates to rotate in through the door. And Oscar's charging through immediately after his plays in mid. Now we've got 2 more CTs, but Magic is trying to deal with them. Stiko behind the smoke will run distraction and get the kill. Dupree trying to jump up, not really getting there. 4 HP for him. He has to rely on Zipex. 2 versus 3. All the CTs ahead. There's a flank from Sunny as well. And Zipex is still on the high ground with the bomb, deploying some grenades, but surely he's about to get taken out. There it is, stereo frags from Mousesports. Doesn't seem like they can be stopped. There seems to be no way in for Astralis in this half.
Yeah, I have to say, just the emphasis on that. I mean, initially we saw that smoke from Stiko, as you mentioned, to create space and to act as a delay. He only needs to get 1 kill there, which he gets. He drops the smoke, and then they re-smoke it, and there's just no way past it, especially with Oscar in there with the AWP. It's just such a strong B setup from Mousesports that, as you say, there doesn't seem to be a way in. Astralis would need to try to find somehow a frag before moving into a bomb site and try to capitalize on rotations. But that is quite difficult to do if Mousesports are wary of it. And you can see Chris is going to throw the AWP back a bit further away, less accessible to his opposition. And these Deagles, once again, not really finding any success. Rops is just having fun, isn't he? 2 quick headshots from him. And Dupree trying to see what he can get, but he will be shut down as well. A quick 10-3. This is a very fast half of Mirage so far.
10 rounds in a row. None of them by defuse, worth mentioning, to give you an indication of the success or lack of for Astralis. They're not getting any bomb plants in any of these rounds. They are in 3 versus 5, 2 versus 5 situations, or 2 versus 4 at best for the most part. So they will concentrate the numbers towards the A site very early indeed. 3 players in Palace. Device holding a smoke grenade. That's for jungle, sorry, for connector. And Glaver's lurking in the mid position, very close to connector already. He can focus on a rotation. Rops around the boxes. He's got Sunny in for support. And we know Sunny is a giant problem. A grenade towards Rops. He's on 80 HP though. Will smoke himself off. Another grenade, still alive. Bomb collected by default. Can they even afford a plant? They know Sunny's there as well, but they're gambling for it. And there'll be a spray from Stiko elsewhere. Looking for the short plant, doesn't work out. That smoke will soon go. Dupree getting tagged through the corner of the box. Rops harassing, but a bomb has gone down.
It's taken a while as well, which means the smokes have all gone just now, but they did get into post-plant positions somewhat, and they've managed to create a 3 versus 3. So with that, there's certainly finally a good opportunity to secure this one. Stiko will make some sound cues there as he pops the vent. Big flag coming into mids. Glaver's also in mid as well, leaving Device alone on the A-bomb side. if they can somehow find a quick kill on device, this is going to be very, very possible for Mousesports to recover. And they've smoked off connector as well. That's a huge issue now for the T side. Oh, that's a missed shot from Oscar, and they may not live that one down indeed. Mousesports will finally concede one of these rounds here on this first half. I like the smoke on connector from them though, that was smart.
It took 4 players going straight to the A bomb site early for Astralis to get a bomb plant. And even the bomb plant was laboured, but he did manage to get there. I'm surprised Oscar missed his shot. I don't know what happened there. I think normally he takes out the device and then who knows what happens after that. But they have finally won a round of Astralis. They must avoid the reset. You can see the lack of money. Early Molotov from Sunny, but I don't believe there'll be a gap on the low ground. There is one on the high, so we'll try to keep an eye on what's going on. But that comes with its own dangers as well. It's because he Glaive spraying through the smoke. And again, I was going to say that I don't believe Astralis could make those plays towards A every round, but there's only one round remaining. This is the last round of the first half, so is it too little too late? Time will tell. They look to maybe split the B bomb site now. The entire team is here once again, and Stico will get taken down in ladder room.
But Oscar, he's missed a couple in recent rounds, but can he connect these? Oh, there's another miss there. Does he get another opportunity? Sunny will keep him alive, but he moves into the open and will be quickly dispatched of as it now goes to 2 against 4. Chris J gets a look in, but will be quickly shut down by the smoke here. He needs help, and it's going to be Rops coming in from jungle very late. And with that smoke down and both of them coming from market, how does he get that? Chris just pushing in front of the smoke. I have no idea how that makes sense, but it's the last round, so they're going for it. So they will eventually try to force their way through the window. Here it goes. Chris J with the bunny hop. He's actually out there. Rops burns down device. Surely there's not a chance here. Zipex takes more damage there on the bomb site. Manages to get into safety, but maybe with that frag now, Rops is locked out and away. Yes, 5 rounds for Astralis, finding 2 rounds of success in an otherwise very grim half.
Yeah, but five rounds is plenty for a team like Astralis, and it was interesting looking at Chris J and Oscar. They're both on 15 kills at the moment, both leading the scoreboard, but it's not often you'll see them miss that many shots. It was smart. Chris J jumped out the window while the Molotov was down. If nobody's in the deep right corner, as they often are, then they won't hear him necessarily jumping out. So he had the best timing he could ask for in a situation like that, but couldn't connect the fatal shots in the end. And it will be 5 rounds for Astralis, who now start on the CT side. Everybody's got Kevlar for the CTs. Stico and Rops have both got P250s, which is fantastic for the longer range duels. Drops by a very kind Chris J.
And one thing that Mousesports historically were good at is these T sides. They have a lot of aggressive potential out of Oscar, out of Sunny. There'll be 2 players to watch in particular, but can they pick up the pistol as Astralis did on the T side? Dupree has spotted them. Device gets the first pick there, but Chris J will open up the apps here, trying to pressure onto Dupree, but Device still doing more damage, dropping the bomb. Full rotation should be coming in soon now from the CTs, as Mousesports still try to get this bomb site opened up, and it's going to happen here, but it's actually a 2v2, not looking too bad. Sunny finds Glaive.
Yeah, Sunny's got both the rotators, basically, and they're looking to take him out. Oh, he's gone for the knife, but didn't quite get there. Obviously, there's a lot less bullets on the USPs. Oh, Magisk was in there at 4 HP, but he lands the headshot. So that was an interesting scenario. Astralis left the window. They left mid. They didn't even pop the crawl space. I don't know who did it ultimately, but we saw a Mousesports player get there and had a decision to make. I don't believe they immediately, at least, popped that vent. Maybe not wanting to give the game away. But they did entertain 2 of the players there, so that was a very narrow victory, but a much needed one for Astralis.
And thankfully, this new economy that we're seeing, where the $1,900 will be awarded for the team that loses the first round. It's going to mean that we'll get some Glocks. We're actually getting some damage out on these Glocks. But then next round, we'll see those AKs straight away. So Mousesports aren't going to be too sad about losing that previous round without even a bomb plant. Full Glock eco, now we're back into the action. And this has been a really fast-paced game so far of Mirage between Astralis and Mousesports. And the pace is about to pick up once again.
Can they emulate the success of Mousesports in the first half? Maybe a question to be asked and answered by the likes of Astralis. AWP for Oscar, 4 AKs for the remainder of the squad. And Chris J gets taken down very, very early. Hard to trade that kill from Device. Drops a smoke for himself to pass. Might be a slight gap for him to play with, but would be better with an AWP. He will have a look with the AUG. Not good enough. Just keep an eye on things for the time being. Astralis playing close to the short position. ZipX moving away now under the window with the MP9 as the bomb makes its way towards A.
Yeah, Mirage just going close to the pits. Oh, actually going for the peak, actually. And that's going to be Magis now needing to reposition. So he's been spotted in that close position. There go the nades from Mousesports. Down a man already. Down some HP on Rops and Steeko. This will be difficult. They're going to have to hit some pretty incredible shots here on the way in. Oscar, can he do it? No, he can't. Magis will stop it. And now it starts to get really difficult. Magis perhaps just won the round for his team now as he takes down another one. And some damage, at least. That's what Sunny's after. Can't find it. 5 players survive for Astralis.
Well, with the score very close already, thanks to the 3 rounds from Astralis, who have now won both pistol rounds. I do wonder if they're going to have similar momentum, then Mousesports could be in a lot of trouble, especially with the AWP shots we saw missed towards the end of the first half. If that's going to tell a story moving into the second when they're back on the bye, then that will not be good at all. Following the conclusion of this round, assuming Mousesports lose it, they'll be at maximum loss bonus. They'll have the money for all the bits and bobs they want. Got Chris J with the solo Tech 9 and 5 Desert Eagles, so there is plenty of damage to be had in this round, plenty of heads to pop. But of course, Astralis are at the advantages. They've got the range. You can see Sunny trying to close it enough. Closer Deagle is a more accurate Deagle.
He actually hit him, so how much of the hitbox was not the head? That's what I'm wondering. That could have been a kill. I really do like these mid-aggressions. It's such a nasty angle as well because his teammate can spot if anyone crosses. And if they try to cross to the boxes, Device just gets an instant kill. So you can see underpass as well. Such a nice setup. And no need of pistols, no utility to deposition Device up there. No Molotovs, of course. So Mousesports, they haven't been offered anything in the early rounds. They're well into the mid-round now, and they have to make a decision because Astralis will not give them anything. So they have to try and take something. And Device might take everything from them.
That was a nasty surprise. And now there are 29 seconds for these players to die. And die they must. Otherwise, they don't get that loss bonus. There's the bomb making the last play. You guys go A, I'll go B. It doesn't quite work out in pro matches. And here is the full buy from Mousesports. Oscar will be pulling out the sniper rifle. Chris J hasn't bought just yet. I do not imagine there will be 2 AWPs. The Krieg is so ridiculously accurate, but he actually fancies the AK-47. Blah, blah. Congratulations to you. 250,000 FACEIT points as we head towards 18 million given away. Again, make sure your YouTube account is connected to your FACEIT account. You can do that in your FACEIT connection settings. And then you can be eligible for drops. Unless, of course, you work for FACEIT. We're all blacklisted. Rip us.
Well, Mousesports will make their way quickly into the A-bomb site. Fire everywhere. And Astralis will be playing for the retake here. They've fallen back behind the smokes. They have a decent amount of utility to try to play that retake. And Glaive actually picks one off through the smoke. I believe it was the guy who was planting the bomb just as he finished planting it. So Chris J, he died in his sword, but he's done what he did, or what he needed to do for the cause. And now the smokes have gone. It's time to initiate the retake.
Similar to a MIBR retake, you can see how long Device and Glaive spend looking for a flank, and of course Rops is starting to move in now, but the teammates are disappearing one by one. There's a spray from Rops. He smoked up from the bomb. He's got some spray towards the stairs. No one's on the bomb just yet, and I think Steeko's close enough to hear that. Now he's going to peek out, and they are going to eliminate everybody. Great timing, great patience from Rops as his teammates were eliminated. Again, you could see on the radar, Device and Glaive were looking in the underpass, looking in the window, looking towards top mid, not going up there to check it themselves, but they spent a reasonable amount of time looking for Rops if he's just patient, hidden, quiet. Came in with multiple frags, great angles. Steeko was close enough to hear when Astralis touched the bomb as well, so he could just hide, let Rops do his thing, and it worked out perfectly for Mousesports.
2v5, James. That's pretty sick.
2v5.
That is not bad, is it? And that will get them back in the lead here. Obviously, they're already in the lead, but they'll have some money. They'll be able to slowly but surely work away Astralis' money. That said, they do have to win this one. They've got to win these follow-ups and not get reset. And Oscar, there's a lot of pressure on Oscar right now to get this kill.
Can we just note, ZipX naded Oscar down to 50 HP. Glaive was under the window, and he had a HE selected as well. And I did wonder if they were going to throw another one, because the Molotov was done when Zipek's done it through here. So if someone's peeking, they're going to lose half their health. But a second one would have been outstanding.
Look at this setup though from Astralis. They seem to suspect B. They've got 4 players towards B, and Mousesports are going towards B. Now sure, Mousesports have only shown any presence towards B so far, but well, they're going to go for it. Here it is, into the bomb site, into a death trap. This is not a good look for Mousesports.
Not at all. They are just running and throwing. It's like a gun amnesty, basically. Astralis are the police. They've got a big bin on the B bomb site, and Mousesports are throwing all their weapons away. And I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of thing was the work of Zonic. He always stays up and studies many hours for every matchup that Astralis have. So there must be some kind of tell from Mousesports. If you don't see this by this time or this by that time, then it's probably, you know, if it's not X or Y, it's probably Z. Because that was a big investment from Astralis towards the B bomb site. They were correct. But now as time passes, they'll have to spread out 15 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised if this was just a save for Mousesports.
Yeah. Got the bomb, and they can sit on top of it. And
oh, of course, you didn't see that.
It's the rough, you know, the resets. It's really, really brutal. And what I would expect from Mousesports is some form of set piece. You know, you've got the AWP and the AK-47. You can try to, you know, go for the force buy here with those weapons. Try to go for a bomb plant at the very least, which would then mean that you only have to save 1 round afterwards. With the loss bonus, you know, that means that it's just one round save if they fail here, and you might win that round. But they actually decide to keep the money somewhat together. That, although Rops has spent a bit of extra cash, obviously he survived after time, so no loss bonus for him. Very awkward money.
There we have the smoke up towards top mid, limiting what they can do, but Oscar will find a way to make something happen. Magisk too close for comfort, and now he's dead. That gun not retrievable, however. If Device was towards A, could bounce the HE to send the gun well away from the ramp, so even if they did charge in later on, it would be harder to retrieve. But he's towards B, so that will not be a thing.
Glaive replaced Magic's position, which sometimes is unexpected. That's why he did it, and he's going to actually steal the gun away as well, knowing that they have pistols. Every single small detail here by Astralis.
Yeah, it's the riskier approach, but maybe leaving the gun is an increased risk. They don't want to have variants that they will remove. And indeed, here comes the execution from Mousesports, so they probably would have run their way onto that weapon. You can see where it is, though. It's kind of in a blind spot, so we'll see how this goes out. Zipex will hear the footsteps, spots Chris J. Some transfer from him, but he doesn't want to take too much risk. Grave looking through the smoke, expecting another spray. Bomb has to be collected. Dupree missing a shot now with AWP. And there goes Oscar. 26 seconds to try and get a bomb plant. Or maybe win by elimination. Now it's down to Device. He's between Connector and Jungle. Rob's on a high ground of 16 HP. He's the only one with a rifle, though, and now he's dead. Where is Sonny? Probably towards the left. Got to be careful with grenades. In fact, you can see Device is not quite sure. Playing the bomb with 10 seconds on the clock. Sonny rings the bell immediately with a P250. And that is a very surprising round win for Mousesports.
Yeah, that is amazing. You know, it all starts with that pick from Oscar, and then the slow push behind the smokes into that A bomb site. That is, I mean, Rops as well, this kill here. That was really interesting because it's that spot where you don't quite land those first 2 bullets, and you have to give yourself a small amount of time for the recoil to recover, just enough to then be really accurate. That's really difficult to do, and he did it with grace.
Astralis are getting aggressive in mid once again. They smoked off the top when Mousesports only had 2 rifles at the beginning of that previous round, but Mousesports still made it happen for them. Can they do the same this time? You can see Device looking towards the underpass. Maybe he will spot the legs before he will be seen. Mousesports are just waiting. Maybe smelling some difficulties for Astralis. Check out these angles. Sonny so close to this. Device still waiting. Sonny mate, oh, there he is. He's looking around as well. He's trying to be very careful, but you don't normally see that angle. And Dupree will fall back. They have an advantage, and now they can sit on that and wait for Mousesports to come to them.
Ooh, got to be careful. Device doesn't take any damage there, but obviously there's always a chance that you give away a frag, and you're 5 versus 4 right now, so you want to hold on to that. Magis will make it even better. Chris may be thinking they sort of go for some kind of a risk here, and he'll indeed go for that. His guess is incorrect, and Mousesports Looking like they may get reset again. This is going to be quite difficult. Another 2 versus 5 situation. Stiko and Rops this time. And, oh, might be able to catch a push here. Now, Zipex is not going to go... Is he going to go deeper than this? This is maybe unnecessary. They have a 5 versus 2. And will that open up a window of opportunity now? Perhaps we're just hunting here. And there's no time, indeed, to really go for this. And they are hunting. Astralis really want to get rid of all these guns. They know that Mousesports have no money in the following round because of the reset. And look at this. They are just all just hanging out.
The Hounds of Justice.
Oh my god.
Look how close it is. 2 rounds for Astralis have been won by timeout now but they have been trading rounds of Mousesports, who still have a round lead, but the money is in the bin. Things looking pretty tense in this first map. Very back and forth indeed. Some surprising wins for Mousesports and some difficult losses. Winning in basically a round where half the people have weapons, then losing by timeout time and time again, really messing up the economy.
I feel like Sunny and Chris have to buy nades because Stiko and... Well, Stiko can buy like 2 flashbangs or a smoke. Oh, he's already got a flashbang. So, but you need more nades. You need way more nades because they have to play this like a buy round. They can't allow Astralis to win this round. Their economy sucks as well. This round is so pivotal. Oscar's on the AWP, so that is a really big win for Mousesports, but he's got to convert again.
Yeah, I think he dropped an AK-47 to one of his teammates. Magisk with the AUG in the window, the Krieg in the window, excuse me. He has stolen a weapon away. He's a bent cop. No shot there for Oscar. That would have been such a crucial one. Plenty of time for the time being. Again, Astralis taking the game to Mousesports, just as Mousesports did when Mousesports were on the CT side. Rops in Palace as per usual, and it seems that Mousesports will make their way over there. I don't know if Dupree can hear them from his position. I'd be surprised, because does seem to be in the middle of mid, and we don't see much reaction around the map, so I'm assuming he can't hear the rotation. A smoke towards CT. Not sure what else there is, though. Maybe just trying to bait some Molotovs from Astralis, but look how patient they are. They give nothing in return. No flashes, no smokes, no incendiary grenades. But they can see it takes a long time for that grenade to stream in, so they will not be baited by that.
Very tense moment as Mousesports line up their utility into the A-bomb site, looking to take this round away from Astralis. But this stairs position, Magisk is happy to scope up with the Krieg there, and he's going to do so much damage with the grenade of Dupree. That's 2 players dead before they can even get up the stairs. Oh man, this is backfired enormously here for Mousesports. Great defense from Astralis. Knew exactly what they had to do.
The implications of this are catastrophic for Mousesports. And again, it's going to be a 3rd round for Astralis by timeout, it seems like. So once again, I mean, holding on to these weapons is, well, I was going to say destroying their economy, but they did win a round with these 2 weapons and a bunch of pistols, basically. So maybe not this time, though. It looks like it'll just be the AK for Rops, but seems that Mousesports are hitting roadblocks. 3 of the last 4 rounds have been won by timeout for Astralis. That decimates the money for Mousesports even more. And now Astralis have won that round with relative ease and comfort, and they will almost definitely take the lead in this round. Rops the lurker will have to become Rops the entry fragger, Rops the hero for the team, not just for his country.
Yeah, it's a weird situation when you have those timeouts, as you say, and those saves. It just makes the money. Like, we haven't really seen a proper full buy on this T side in a while from Mousesports, and that's been very disruptive. Definitely serves to place you out of your comfort zone, I would imagine. Run boost there will be getting them into middle, and Magis will be holding on to connector there. That's a pretty late connector smoke, obviously timing it with the aggression of Mousesports so that he can maximize the defensive potential in this position, and boost on to double crates, and that's going to be 1 kill for Device. And Mousesports, they are going to be struggling to get any other ground than this, surely, but Frops does find an opening.
Yeah, that's a problem. The smoke didn't go long enough. It was supposed to be close, hugging the entrance to connector and compromise the positions of Astralis to try and manage the situation. Took them out into the open, and a kill was had. A Krieg and an AK-47 now. Dupree's in a strong spot, but you can see the bait there. One player crosses, Rops gets a kill as well, but he won't see the player in the window because his shot was baited by the player on short. So that's great positioning by Mousesports, something to bear in mind at home as well. Does Sonny go through the market? He doesn't know if the scope is going towards a crawl space. It is for the time being, but now he unscopes Dupree, and now he's dead. Now there are big problems, and once again, with almost nothing, just an AK-47, Mousesports are in a 3 versus 1.
It's classic Mousesports style as well with that bait setup, as you said, with Sonny looking to find the perfect timing through the window. He's playing it so smart, and now Glaive in a 1 versus 3 up against an AWP and 2 rifles. Not going to be all that easy, although that's the AWP gone, but where are the rest of the players? Stiko around the corner. Glaive has to make guesses, and it's just so difficult. 13-12, somehow Mousesports with a very intelligent mid-play managed to make this one work.
Look at this. They've got Glocks and an AK-47 on Rops. How do Astralis, of all teams, lose a round such as that? That's absolute insanity.
Well, that's the thing, too, if you think of how smart Sonny played it. Obviously, I would say that Sonny is probably the best player on Mirage at certain points, especially on the T side with those kinds of aggressions. His timings are just incredible, and obviously his rifling skill is also ridiculous in of itself. And that, like when Mousesports were on top of their Mirage, it was their T side that was so deadly most of the time, and it was plays like that which could break teams, just finding those timings. And look at, after so many rounds of being in a desperate position, scrambling to find some way in disadvantage consistently to win, now Astralis may soon be finding themselves in that territory.
Yeah, this is a big round now. I can't believe they won that round. I cannot believe it. But again, credit to Mousesports as well for being able to get that bait off, forcing the sniper from his position, not seeing the player who was already boosted to jump into the window very, very quickly indeed. That did just completely deconstruct the Lego of Astralis. All the pieces came falling down, and they may start sinking into the floor if they lose this round, Astralis. Their turn to have limitations, an exchange of fire through smokes. Sonny will come off worse off. He'll come off worse. 3 players on A for Astralis at the moment. Tentative approach towards mid from both teams.
Mousesports, what is the play? And they're starting to walk towards that A ramp, and after showing some presence in middle, perhaps it's all about this A play. They still have 2 players towards mid and B, though. Of course, you want to make sure that you keep Astralis honest. If they are to be aggressive and find information, you want to punish them for that. And so it's all about finding the perfect timings to pull that player who's lurking towards B apps in towards middle. But again, still with Oscar watching passively with the AWP towards mid. So they are looking for a fake here. What is the reaction from Astralis, though?
30 seconds on the clock for Mousesports. Don't make this another timeout. Don't make the clocks fail again. Glaive with a quick peek. No smokes, just a pop flash for him, but he won't win a duel. Dupree is here to save today. He's got to find 2, though. Magisk on the site will take 1 out, and he's a problem. They're lining up for him, but Stiko will get 2 kills. Those are crucial. Device could change everything. There is the bomb carrier taken out. Sonny's far away, and he's blind. What a massive frag from Device. Oscar has to commit to this. 1 versus 2. There's no way he gets this down. Surely survives for 1 more second or so. It could have been a lot worse for Mousesports, but at least they got the bomb plant.
Those kills from Device, so clutch. Oh my god. One player just finding a pixel as just before he disappears behind the box, airborne no less. And then the other one, I thought Device was completely blind. I don't know how he gets that. That is...
He's in the Matrix, Dan.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the first one. That is just nuts, and that denies the bomb from going down. That's incredible.
I don't even know if he saw anything.
I think that's just feeling. Yeah, I don't think he saw anyone.
Oh, did he see him coming out the ramp? I think he saw him just crossing from the ramp.
That's incredible. That is incredible. Now, 13-13, and once again, there's an AWP on Oscar, and not much else on the rest of the team. This is getting really crazy here. Astralis once again finding themselves an advantage, and they are going to be taking an aggressive control of the middle position, pushing Zipex all the way up there. And that will force the T's back, and that's going to limit the options for Mousesports and give so much info to the Danes.
Hero gun once again. This time it's Oscar. It's so bizarre how play changes, and it almost looks easier to win a round like this than it does some of the rounds which they've lost by timeout, Mousesports. Just in a different approach that is required. 1 guy as a sentry. again, you want Sunny, Stiko, and Rops. You need them alive. They can't just be running around and just dying and leaving one player versus the world. They have to be alive to take position, to trade, to run distraction, to pick up weapons, to be there for post-plant. To plant while the AWP holds an angle. We've got Glaive in a retake situation. With no smoke grenades or utility of any kind, Mousesports basically cannot plant the bomb on A while he is alive. Glaive. And Oscar is eliminated. And again, now one player just got to run and die. Device going for some MLG no-scopes with the 360, but it will be Astralis in the lead now. The money sucks for Mousesports, really. Oscar's got $2,300. Ross has got $5,950. Could drop an AWP, but he might be light on grenades. We take the L with the Galil to buy a flashbang at the very least.
Nice flash coming in there for the peak to get Oscar off the angle. Astralis ready for anything. This is a very important one here for Mousesports as they start to push further forward towards the A bomb site, and they've locked out the CTs. They've managed to get the kill onto Magisk, who's been so often just anchoring that with great success. Glaive with the UMP at distance. My God, he's doing so much damage with the smokes. This is really, really important and very annoying, but at least the bomb is down. But now it's going to require clutch play from Oscar. He's going to jump across with the AWP. He's going to find a quick one onto Glaive. More to find, though, as Sunny will back him up there. Around default, forcing himself all the way back down to pit, but he can't reposition in time, and Astralis just cannot be denied.
Astralis move to game point. Those are crucial AWP shots that they normally don't miss, and you really can't, especially against a team such as Astralis. Once again, you just don't get those opportunities on a daily basis. And now Mousesports have a decision to make. And we're not seeing, it doesn't seem like we're seeing the variation from Mousesports where you don't have that gap. And again, that's something that your analysts have to be aware of, because Astralis have been abusing that, or at least trying to, in multiple rounds. And that kind of thing may be the edge that cost them. Again, you can't make too many mistakes against Astralis, because that can win them games and matches. And I think there is part of an example. Definitely something to review for Mousesports. They need to take that gap away. And now this round may require sacrifice. People dropping AKs for other players to wield. Or maybe they've got enough anyway. Seems Chris J might be on a Tech 9 for this round. Grenades are limited, but they have done more with less on multiple occasions in this game.
It's I got to say that, Mousesports have been really impressive to me, despite being in this position that they're in. They've fought so hard, and they've actually been grinding really desperately to make this one work. They've lost both pistol rounds as well, and still making it look this close. And here comes the burst through the balcony, and Stiko finds his moment to push up pit, finds a very unaware Magisk, and that's a 3 versus 4 now for Astralis on the retake. There's a real chance here. The smoke goes across, but there is gaps, and Glaive looks to play in the smoke. This is very risky, but it could pay off huge.
Glaive gets the sound cues. He can identify where one of the players is. He hears the different surfaces. As you can see, Zipex moving up towards that palace position, takes down Oscar. That was the play that was heard earlier. Spots one player towards Sandwich, whereas Rops, he's in the red, so he's probably been seen as well. 3 versus 2, though. They have the man advantage, Mousesports. They must win this round, of course. And Sunny's made his way through the B bomb site, but the bomb is at a point of no return, and Seeker's about to lose it. Or is he? Still can't escape the site just yet. They're going to focus on Sunny flanking the last player, but where is he, Device? Probably towards CT. I think he may be spotted now. Rops may die for the cause, but Device... Oh, the reload may cost him. He's still alive somehow. And now he's gone. Can the AWP be rescued? It can, along with a pistol. There will be some upgrades for Mousesports. That flank was very key indeed.
Ooh, one more to go for Mousesports to find overtime in this one, and I feel like this map deserves overtime with the way these two teams are playing. And we're going to see a second AWP on Astralis. Device and Dupree, double AWP here for them. Oscar for Mousesports. It's going to be an explosive one, no doubt, as Device looks for that first shot. Can't find it, though. The smoke is covering the cross for the T's as they make their way towards top mid. But Device, we know that he doesn't need to see sometimes. He can play off feeling and timings. That's the level of game sense that players of this level have. But he won't find anything early. An aggressive smoke there to take away connector. There's the counter smoke to help Magisk find the frag, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Great defense here from Astralis. Oh, maybe a double. Will they find it? No, not quite.
Another must-win for Mousesports. Smokes in window, smokes in connector. Chris J is almost dead. Zipex asking questions on short. Stico has no idea where he got shot from, getting tagged from toll booth now, moving past the angle, and now he's on 1 HP. Chris J and Stico combined 4 HP. Mousesports a man down in a round that they must win, otherwise they go down the map. How on earth do you turn this one around? Surely this is too much to ask. Glaver's moved himself into the A pit position, so Astralis can reinforce the B bomb site. Oscar running in for the peek around the flames. He's got something out of it. Magic's caught rotating as well. Oscar may do this for Mousesports.
Yeah, it's looking like they have a passage clear onto the A-bomb site, but there's one last obstacle to deal with. It's this man, Glaive, moving up from the pit position with the M4. He may just go for the engage because they have low HP. Oh, he misses Stico. Does find the bomber though. He slows him down, can't find the follow-up, and that might be the difference maker. Device will try to make his way around there, but the flames will cut off his angle, and he will be heard burning there, and they'll know he's around the corner. Chris, though, does he decide to go for it? There's a 2 versus 2. Dupree picks off one as they try to go for the bomb plant. Oh, he misses the section shot. Oscar once again with the save. But Device comes in, 5 seconds to go. He's going to go for the frag here. He can't plant in time, and Device knows it. Running for dear life. Can Chris J find him? No, Astralis